Absolutely. That's nice. Nice. So how you deal with the top, that's fine.
Yeah, it's correct. So,
You go up a bit first. Go up a bit.
oh,
Okay, nice. Up. Yeah, okay, nice. Yeah. Okay. I mean that's quite simple, right? That's quite simple.
yeah.
So
I find the
he
range
wants
of values.
he wants a decreasing part. So what do you do? Okay, sure. Then what? Okay, sure.
Yeah, so I always get this, right? That I don't know how, okay, because like my teacher said that when you get this, you must use logic, right? You cannot solve using.
Uh, okay, I lost. I don't think I lost your mic yet.
It's alright, I accidentally close on you. Okay,
Very good.
so like
Yeah, so you're telling me?
whenever I get this, right, I ask my teacher, and then she said like for questions like this, right, you must solve using logic, because if you times the whole thing by 5, x minus 1 whole thing square, right, you might lose an answer.
That's not the only concern. Okay, so I'll explain this fully. Okay, because then you should have no problem with, for example, there's also the discriminant topic. The discriminant topic also have bigger or smaller. So I want to settle that problem if possible, right? Okay, now what I'm going to use is your own Jamboard first. Yeah, it is a good question. John T. Okay, it will be Philip Christian John T. 2, yeah? Okay, I think it will be page 16. Okay, I'm at page 16. Tell me if you're in.
Yeah, I'm in. Interesting.
I'll try to show you the easiest, what I think is the easiest way. So I think I'll show you 3 ways, right? And then you can conclude yourself. Here's the first way. Do you see any writing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So first, what I do is I pretend this is a max-min question. That's the best way I can put it. I pretend this is a max-min question.
What do you mean by max-min question?
That means in a max-min question, what you're going to do is this. So what you're going to do is, if you remember, let's say they ask you, so what's the max-min point and the nature of the max-min point? That's a very standard question. So what you will do is this, equals to 0, right?
Yeah, correct.
Which you will then end up with only the top guy, right? That's what you know already, right? Which then
but my
you will.
cannot do this.
Oh, can. Definitely can. This one can.
Oh, for equal sign can, but for inequality cannot.
I know. And that's why I'm just pretending and I explain why it is true. I explain why it's true. Okay. Okay, so like that. And therefore x equals to 0 or 2. So far so good. That's the max min. Okay.
Is it possible to move the thing down? It's like blocking my view. Like the stand.
The what?
The stand.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. What's happening with the stand? Tell me.
Oh, it's like blocking my view. I have to see. Because it's like exactly at my eye level.
Okay, John. Forgot to tell you. The stand is not supposed to block you. What does that mean? It should be high up. Go and move it high up. Like super high up. Like it's not supposed to interfere with your head or your head. Yeah. So is this interfering with your hand or your head?
No, no, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So the stand is not supposed to disturb you or change you in any way. Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you tell me. So now back to the laptop. So currently max and min, right? Max and min 0 or 2. And then what you're supposed to do is the table, right? Right. We just do the table. Now I'm going to do table for x equals to 0 first, easier, okay? X equals to 0, and this will be more than 0, and this will be less than 0, correct? Simple, right?
Yep.
Now this is where it will be very clear why it is. First of all, the dy dx here will be 0. So now you just input to calculator, you tell me whether this is positive or negative, just exactly the same as the next thing.
Wait, so we treat this question as the maximum question.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing with no deviation at all, and it will be very clear why I do this. Yeah, promise you. So you do have to put in the calculator for me. If that's how you usually do this, it is how you usually do it. Then put the calculator for me and tell me what's the gradient.
I think let's do this normally, like
Yeah, totally normal, like just totally the usual standard
on the
easy
left
thing.
on the left is positive, so it's going up.
Right. Positive, so like that. Then just to confirm, the left one is negative. Just to confirm.
What?
The 0.01 at the left is the right. I'm sorry, the right is negative.
The negative 0.1 it will become positive.
Correct. Positive, right? So positive gradient, so up. So the
okay, I saw
the other one, the other one is negative.
2.1 negative 2. Yeah, negative.
Okay. Now let's do the other table very quickly also. So it is going to be 2, right? 2 is 2.01 is 1.1. Okay, guys, could you please do that for me?
So the left is negative.
Negative, right? There, and then the positive is
positive is positive. Yeah, it's positive.
Okay. Now, this is the point where the max min is finished. Correct? You just have to declare, oh, this is max minimum point, maximum point, right?
But where you get this value from?
The table method, that means the first differentiation method, right? In maximum minimum is always the point itself, and then slightly more and slightly less, right? Slightly more and slightly less, correct? Okay. So just to be clear, so I don't prefer to do 2.1, for example. I think I prefer to do smaller, 2.01. Okay. Now, this is the point where you say, oh, my max min is done. I just have to declare my answer. Great. So happens, for a very strange reason to some people, this is also the point where you can answer decreasing, increasing question. Exactly the same point. Okay, nothing else needed. So here the question is, where is it decreasing? Am I correct? Correct?
Yeah.
I'm going to demonstrate that you can immediately find out both. So it doesn't matter what they ask. So for decreasing, so immediately obvious this and this. Correct.
X above 0 and X below 2.
Correct. So above 0 means like that, and then smaller than 2. And increasing, so simple, right? Increasing is this one.
Above 2 and below 0.
X smaller than 2, X bigger than 2. Now, you see now why I present this maximum minimum, because it's obvious that the decreasing, increasing is done at that way also. This is my preferred method of teaching. Right, now I'm going to show you. Yeah, it's always correct one. And cannot be wrong one. As in cannot be wrong by the examiner. Clearly, the table shows that it is increasing and decreasing. Clearly. Okay, so the logic is a very small jump from maximum minimum. The clear benefit is everybody understands maximum minimum. It's one of the easiest. Okay, now shall I demonstrate the other method?
Yeah.
Let me just repeat first. This always works and always correct, because maximum minimum and increasing decreasing are very close brothers and sisters. Very close, right? Okay. Now, for I'll call this later one the JC method. The JC method is the method where you use full logic, right? What is the benefit? The benefit is that you understand what your teacher means by logic. I'm guessing this is what he means. Okay, the JC method. Now, JC method, quite simple also. When you hear JC, please don't think that it is difficult. No. That's not what it means. Oh, wow, advanced. No. Now, when you say smaller than 0, it means actually it is negative. So I'm going to use the meaning of negative, right? Okay.
But then why can't I just say x squared minus 2x is smaller than 0? Because the bottom will always be positive, right?
Correct. So first you must declare the bottom is always positive. You must declare because it's not always positive. In other question, it is not. Okay, but you must declare first lah. Okay, the bottom guy always positive. Therefore, x squared minus 2x is more than 0, which also basically means is negative lah. It also basically means that.
Okay, so I just write as 5 bracket x minus 1 bracket square.
Therefore, this law.
0.
Therefore, this lah.
Then therefore, like I think it's 3 dots, right? It's a third.
Therefore, that just correct. Which you will notice that you will just now treat this as this one first. You will now treat this as this 0 one. You will treat this as this is x going to be equals to 0 and 2. Same thing one. You will have to do this first. And then you go to drawing this. This is the discriminant method. In the end, you end with the discriminant method.
Yeah, so this is what they teach us. Then they say like, because it's below 0, right? So it's
then
it's
you
this
will
portion.
For this 2, and as you can tell, it's the same answer as the 1. Not surprising. This is what you call the logic method, which just leads you to discriminant method. If you want to call that an advantage, the advantage that you keep practicing your discriminant method, so you'll never be wrong. Because people look at this and people automatically do this law, and then people suddenly go haywire after this point. That also happens. Yes, right?
So I have no problem like after I get it to a project equation. Only like what happens, right, if the bottom is not squared?
Let me show you. So this is now full JC, when the bottom is not square, this is how the syllabus treats it. The syllabus will actually make sure that the bottom is, always positive or always negative. It can be always negative for O level. That's how that's experience speaking. I'm not speaking from the syllabus formally. I'm not. It's just that I always see it that way.
So how can it always be negative? What?
Then just put just put a negative sign, then always negative or then what?
Okay.
Makes sense? It's not that difficult, right? So always positive or always negative, right? But if it is full JC mode, what you're asking is a full JC mode where it can be positive and it can be negative. That's fair, right? So what happened? So now I'm going to give you like this. So a fraction is supposed to be negative, right? And this is the denominator and this is the numerator. So the answer is very simple. If it's supposed to be negative, then it is when numerator is positive, denominator is negative, or when numerator is negative, denominator is positive. And then you just deal with these two issues separately. That's all. Nothing complicated. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all. Then you just work backwards from there, and you have a slightly more work because you have to consider two scenarios. I think in O level, the least mafan one is still the maximum method. Still think lah. Really, at least the least.
This appear?
Like from experience, no. From experience.
So but if it does, right, then I should just use the method this method.
There is yes, the method, the maximum still works. In the end, it still works.
Okay.
So it's quite foolproof that way. Right? So that should clear everything. Okay, we have around 5 minutes just waiting for Mesh. So we have another math question. Go ahead. I'm going to take some drink. I just. Same thing. So which method will you do, Jyoti?
I'll do your method. But I wanna like the thing is that I don't understand. No, like, I can do it. It's just that I wanna understand.
So which one? You want to understand the max min one or the logic one?
No, I understand both, but it's like I wanna understand how
Do
this
both.
one works because this one got three rows.
Smaller than 0. Yeah, in the max min method, it doesn't matter. You treat it as equals to 0 and then you move on to the table.
Yeah, that's
Try first,
right.
try first, try first. And then you will try the logic method. Then you will
I'll
see
do
the
max min first.
Sure. Do both lah. Then you'll be happy lah. Then you know what you want.
E to the power x. E to the power x. X to the power 0 is 1, right? I mean e to the power of what 0 is 1, right? So then,
Yeah. So that one have no answer one.
yeah,
Ex equals to 0, no answer.
so I can just get rid of it, right?
You must declare you must declare ex e to the power equal to 0, no answer. NA or something like that. You have to declare that. You cannot just ignore it. Yeah.
Like these are as ex net cannot equal to 0.
It should take. Yeah, that works. That works.
What is this? I'm die.
That's fine. That's fine. Well, I mean, that's cosine or cotangent cosine. Cosine equals to sine x is not very difficult to handle. Well, why are you canceling it? It's a fine thing. It's a okay thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to take out my calculator.
I think it's wrong with your working. No. Something on top is wrong. Let me see for the answer is 45 degree lah. That's what you're wanting. No. The one on top. I want to see your working on top. Something is wrong on top.
Like the differentiation.
Yeah. Let me check. Let me check. What's going on here? It doesn't seem to be anything wrong, but how come it? It's just my feeling. Wait, let me just check for. Let's check for. That seems correct.
Yeah, I tried. It seems right.
It seems right. It seems correct. Can I just read the question one more time? Sorry, just to confirm, just to confirm everything is correct.
Yeah, give me a second.
Or just zoom out. I think better. If you zoom out, then I can still see more.
Oh, okay, determine the range of motion.
Yeah, zoom out a bit.
It's correct, right? It's okay, right?
No, zoom out. No, zoom out. I want to see everything sometimes. Zoom out. So if you zoom out, it's easier. Okay, zoom out a bit more, even better. A bit more, I can still see because your video is very good. Zoom out a little bit more. Zoom out.
Okay.
Zoom out, like you pinch. Zoom. Yeah, too much. Zoom in. Yeah, okay, nice. Okay, stay there. Okay, just show me the one on top so I can read everything. No, you go down. Or shift your camera. It's more like shift your camera up. I think that's the better way. Yeah, nicer. Yeah, shift your camera up.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff in the way.
Oh, yeah, you get it. Okay, done. Nice. Very good. Okay, let me just check. Yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah. Now you do your stuff first. Yeah. When you tangent inverse that, the answer will be what?
Checking. There's no quota, so I have to do it.
So the answer will be 45 degree, right? 45 degree is what
So how to do inverse cotangent?
It's not
Is it-
inverse cotangent. Oh my goodness. No. You make your life very difficult. So you don't have to do inverse cotangent. Just do inverse tangent. you're making your life very difficult at the line before cosine divided by sine. You just do sine divided by cosine, easier. Make your life easier, please.
That is
Do you
true.
understand? Yeah.
Yeah,
So just avoid cotangent, right? Which is a good idea, if you can. Then you just inverse tangent, right? 45, no? Simply put, you cannot inverse cotangent, cannot inverse secant, cannot inverse cosecant, cannot. Okay, 45 degree in radian is equal to
pi over 4.
nice. Now Max-Min method is table, right? So draw the table lah. Draw the table.
Where I look at that.
So here you can say pi over plus 0.01, right? And then pi over 4 minus 0.01. Wonderful. You have to use that in your calculator so that you'll be accurate, right? Middle one always 0. Then it's fine now.
Wait, so I put this into the original equation.
So to make it simple, you store this to x. Have I taught you how to
You
store?
told me this, but I'm wondering, like, I sub it into y equals to ex cos n, right?
Yeah, the dy dx. You have to sub it like that. So you must store first to make your life easier. If not, then it's a lot of typing and it's bad. In exam, it's very bad.
Yeah.
But
So
lot of
you told me this.
You forget now is a good time.
Oh, the equation. Okay, so here's positive. Both are positive.
I mean, it is possible, but wait. Yeah, wait.
I'll try again.
Try again. I'll also be trying.
Oh wait, is it because I'm working in degrees?
Are you in radian? Just to confirm.
No, I'm working in degrees. That's why.
What do you mean by you're working with what?
Like my calculator.
Oh yeah, you should be working with
forget.
radian. Yeah.
My calculator, I forget to set to the radian.
That's not okay. You gotta check it again. But storing should help a lot.
Okay, when you set up, then the thing disappears.
Oh, now okay. Now I know. Okay, I'm learning something new. So you have to retype, but that's not very long. If this happens in exam, it shouldn't bother you too much, lah. It's okay one, right?
Okay, here it's still positive.
Then the other one just change, right? So just change the x lah. 4 minus 0.01, and then should store x and then go back.
Yeah, it's negative. Yeah.
Good, wonderful. And then by that, your conclusion is
that
you ask for decreasing, right?
Yeah, so it's above.
Above, right? So your answer is x.
Bigger.
Then right. Okay. Now look at the answer key.
There's another value.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So the pi over 4 is at least correct, right? You do notice that your symbol for pi over 4 is correct, lah. So the Max-Min method does work, lah. But how come you are not as complete as your answer key?
There's more than one answer for this.
Okay, to cut the story short, because I want you to try the logic method, right? So let's stop here. No, let's stop. You won't get much answer if you go to the third one, because the third one is too big. it will be 5/4 pi, lah, right? So it will be too big. So that's not the reason why.
No,
Here,
but
the reason is
they say x is smaller than pi over 2.
correct, correct. And that's the reason why. The reason is because the question set the range to be smaller than pi over 2.
Yeah, so then
So that's
how
why,
is
no?
that wrong?
No. You just, because you say here, your answer is it will be bigger than 45 degrees, correct? Which
Yeah.
means it will be 46, 48, 90 degree, but also 91,
Oh, so I
92,
have to
93,
include
94.
the question's like
Yes,
restriction into my answer.
yes, because it makes sense to do that, right? It makes
Okay.
sense to do. So that's the only reason why. Cutting the story short.
Yeah, but
So
I was
Max,
like worried, right? Because I didn't know how to do by logic.
now you try logic, because at least you have one method in your head, the Max-Min method. Now try logic, don't how to say it? Don't okay. You have to see, when you see logic, you have to see it as negative, man. Negative, right? So when Ex is always bigger than 0, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So then therefore the other guy
And
is
cos x
X is smaller than 0. Yeah. But when you do that, you will revert momentarily to equal to 0. After you do this, remember that. You will revert to equal to 0 for a while.
Why? What do you mean?
Because if you don't do that, you don't even have any value to work with. The only way to get the value is to revert momentarily to equal to 0, right? I mean, you can, you can do this for a while. You can do this for now. It's fine, right? Then at this point, you will revert to equal for a while. You will revert to equal. So you must tangent inverse 1, and you treat it as equal to 1 for now, just for a while.
Why is it very
You
wrong?
can, I mean, you can do this, all right? Okay, this doesn't always work, but here it works. So I'm not complaining. This is fine, right? Okay, and then
That
you
is the
just
same answer.
include the limit lah. Yeah, just include the limit lah.
But it looks very wrong.
Here is correct. There is nothing wrong. Let me explain why. Because you keep doing Doldor. You just keep Doldoring from start until the end. Let me just explain why. It's very easy to find out whether you're right or wrong, right? Very easy. Okay, look at page 7. If you say you lack confidence, it looks wrong. It's because you lack confidence, and I understand. And that's why I don't prefer this method, because we don't have a lot of opportunity to practice, right? Okay, but it's not very difficult to explain why you are correct. Here's correct, right? Now here, do you remember what I told you about Doldor? Whatever you do to the left, you do to the right, correct?
Yeah.
So this one is just dd Doldor plus sine x, correct? Both sides. Then the next one is just Doldor divided by sine x, and divided by cosine x. And then this one is just Doldor both tangent inverse. Because tangent inverse needs tangent, the tangent disappear, no?
Yeah.
Right. So you're doing all Doldor, and therefore your answer here is correct. Because you keep Doldoring, if you're not doing anything else other than...
I'm not doing anything that breaks the rules.
I'm sorry, you're saying?
I'm not doing anything that breaks the rules.
Doldor always works, whether equal or inequality, the beauty of Doldor lah. Whatever you do to the left, you do to the right, always works. You didn't do anything which is wrong, therefore you are correct. But the lack of confidence feeling is there lah, because the question will change form one. Then you feel, am I doing the right thing or not? And then if you do this in exam and you have time, since you are quite fast, then you'll just go back to Max-Min 1, because Max-Min gives you more certainty. I mean, to be fair, there is that advantage lah.
Yeah.
There is that advantage. I'm not saying that logic is wrong, but logic has to be strong. Max-Min is very procedural and
it's very like
foolproof. Foolproof. So you don't have to use too many logic. I mean, I guess in exam, I know which one to recommend lah.
Yeah,
the Max-Min
one.
I mean, when I take O level last year, like I did take O level, I mean, for the first time last year for AMAT, I go everything which is certain one.
How you took O levels last year?
I took both O level and A level, and I took it under COVID, meaning I kena COVID lah when O level and A level. When I'm under COVID, it's a brain fog thingy, if you understand me. I cannot think very clearly. Lah. Then even further, I will go for methods which give me certainty, even though it's slightly different, if that makes sense to you. It's under exam, it matters, and I have brain fog. Go for a certain method lah. I don't want to think too much lah. I think wrongly later, something like that.
That makes sense.
I mean, I think that's just knowing ourselves, right? I cannot think right now. Then what do? I don't think too much lah. I use the method which just cost me a bit more time, but certain. Okay. Anish, I understand that you have a sore throat. Yeah. So just prepare the Ocam Jamboard, the one that we used back then. And when I say yes, ask you something, just write down yes or no. Okay. Just communicate using writing. Okay. Save your throat.
Is it right? Is it going wrong?
Okay, so John T, I want you to turn your camera. Don't turn your paper, okay? Turn your camera so that it is straight. You understand? Nice, nice. Okay, okay, okay. Let's prepare your camera. There seems to be nothing wrong. Okay, just go ahead first. I'll just check. Yeah, there seems to be. Okay, wait. Oh, your X, no, something wrong, something wrong, something wrong. Your minus 2x, you take out the 2, right? That's correct. But you didn't leave the x behind. That's where you're wrong. Yeah. And you should factorize the e minus 2x out. That one is factorizable, but that one will be advantageous to do.
Yeah.
Now your video a bit cut off.
So it's a bit blurry, yeah.
Oh, no. So you take out the minus 2x and everything looks about right. Look now. Okay. So again, I strongly suggest max min first, right? Just a little bit longer, but happy. While waiting for Inish.
But even though e like the power is negative 2x, right? It's still always above 0, right?
Would you like me to just simply answer or explain or what?
Just like I think I know why I need to confirm.
It is correct.
Yeah.
With the same. Your video, please. Move it up a little bit.
What?
Move up a bit. I cannot follow.
Wow, logic no space. Okay.
You're not do. Oh, you're doing the logic method. Sorry. No, I understand.
I prefer logic. It's more makes more sense.
But your final answer is written.
It's correct. Yeah, it's
No,
the same as the given one.
no. The final answer is x smaller than 2, not bigger than 2.
Huh?
Wait, what? Oh, no. I'm
No,
sorry.
the given
Zero,
one
which
is yeah.
the zero is the one that is wrong. The zero should. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're correct. I'm sorry. You're correct. You just written a bit confused. What I mean, if you're comfortable, then I have no objection. Nah. That's fine.
It's unusual.
Yeah. The Wednesday is fine. Inish. Now, can we start with OCamp, please? Yeah. So, Jonty, we'll go back to OCamp, and I'll ask both of you to look at your Jamboard and the last page, which is page 7, and your written paper also, because your written paper is the important thing. The Jamboard is just there to help you lah. Okay. Right, good, Ainesh. Now, Jamboard, please. You're there. So find the paper, which is your page 7 of Jamboard lah. Find your paper. Same thing with you, John. Is that it? Yeah, that does look like it. Right, that does look like it. Now, Ainesh and Jonty, the blue one is supposedly the easier reaction to understand, and then the red one are supposedly the harder one, or more detail in the understanding, more detail. Right? I'm going to repeat this quickly with you lah. You. Okay. So are both of you in Jamboard page 7?
Not yet. Opening. Okay.
And your paper, please, John. The paper that represents your page 7.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, as in the paper you did last time.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not final, but if you have it, then
Actually, I left it in school because I use it to help me in my school.
okay. Which is what you're supposed to do, which I like. I like you using that. Okay, I'm gonna complete this today, and then I'm aiming for more. I'm aiming for polymer. Once you've done polymer, we do question polymer, then your OCamp is reasonable. Right? Okay? There's no polymer. Now, I am going to ask you to redraw this. Before that, I'm going to explain and then redraw for you. Okay, so you don't worry. Pay attention carefully. The blue one is supposed to be the easy one, and then the red one needs more detail, right? Please notice that there are 2 red ones not covered, question mark and question mark. Oh, 3 question marks. Okay, 3 question marks. There is this one, which is covered, this one, which is covered, and the tracking one, to be fair, I haven't covered. I leave it to your teacher. I leave it to your teacher. So those are the red ones. Once we complete all the red ones, we are done. We're complete. I'm going to start with the blue one, right? So, Ganesh, you cannot use your voice, right? No problem. But therefore, either draw something on the paper, a new paper, or draw on the Jamboard. Your choice. But I expect immediate response. Even if it is to say, I don't know, that's totally fine. Okay? But I expect immediate response. Now, at page 8, please tell me, do you understand or not? And there goes the immediate response. Spanish. All right, good. You can see your typing. Now, for example, John T, I am revising with you. So even if you don't understand, that's fine. Your option is to draw on Jamboard, John T and Ainesh, if I ask you a question, or to draw on a new set of paper, right? So there are 4 families, right? So John T, Ainesh, John T, Ainesh. Okay, draw or write something about the family. Your choice. If you draw on paper, I'll draw for you on Jamboard.
Okay. Wait, like now?
Right now. We are revising right now. If you make a mistake, that's fine. If you forget, that's fine. So Ines' immediate response is either on paper or on the Jamboard. Looking at your own paper is totally fine. One. Looking at your own working is totally fine. But I do expect a response. Right? Fine. Let's call this out. Okay. Look at this, very nice. This. You're starting to do the reaction, that's fine. Yeah, John T, so it's fine. And let's look at your paper again. So this one is wrong, but okay, starting there, but is there something wrong with it? So you look at your paper, consult your paper. That's why we're revising here. Okay, John T, so do all the, okay, in red, there'll be the one. So John T.
Is wrong.
No, cracking is correct. It's a question mark because we haven't put the details here. So the question mark is the A. We have no details. AY. So this will be E and this will be Ines, right? Sure, you can do that. Yeah. Ines, consult your paper properly. Yeah, you're now drawing it even more wrongly. Consult your paper properly. It's in front of you. Okay, nice.
Yeah, can you move the thing out? That's another thing.
Unfortunately I can't. That one unfortunately. So Ines, you did. Okay, good. So this is carboxyl. So Ines, you have this one, but this one I haven't taught, so my mistakes. So I haven't taught. So Ines, consult your note on this difficult thing. This is Ines. Consult your note on that difficult. What's going on there, right? John Stevens. This one is wrong. I mean, it's supposed to be difficult, so consult your paper on that. This is also wrong. So really consult properly. Yeah? All these are wrong.
No.
So let me explain. So first of all, you draw the. Yeah, you didn't do the carboxylic properly. Ines did the carboxylic acid properly. So circle it properly, right? Circle it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Ines did a mistake. Oh my goodness, right? Ines, you did something wrong, right? It's like you don't understand your own notes. Right? So there's something you're missing the O here. Please acknowledge if you understand what I'm saying. You missed the O there. Acknowledge yes or no. Oh, your original note was wrong. Oh my goodness. Ines, your original note was wrong. You did miss an O there. You did. That was a bit bad. That was my mistake. I should have spotted it. Should have spotted. So it is CH3COOH. Corrected immediately. The original note was wrong, and that was my mistake. Nice, much better. Nice, much better. Good. Now, Ainesh, consult your note on this one. This is your next part. What's going on here? What is this reaction? What's its name? What's going on there? A lot of details to cover. Okay, so now, John T, I'm going to fix your ester, yeah? So this one definitely correct.
So is this adding water?
This is wrong. The water is correct. The water is correct. So what you're left with, you must see this one and this one, right? So you must put C, O, C, O like that. It should be like that.
Oh yeah, I see. Right.
So it's more like this. So this is what you call the ester one. This is not
here
ester.
also has one C.
Yeah, here also have one C, but we don't care. There's a lot of C's there. What we care is the OCO. That's the one. The rest is whatever is left.
Yeah, I forgot what the adding water one is. It's like
Hydration.
hydration.
So Ainesh, I see that you're doing that. That's okay, but you're missing quite a lot. So that's a good start, Ainesh. So for example, what's the name? What's the name of the reaction? You're going to type it here. Again, consult your node on this, right? So not a very good node, right? Substitution, I mean swapping. One product missing. Also one product missing, so address that Ainesh. Also good, plus one more.
What's the name of this reaction?
The reaction is called esterification. I mean, not very creative, just like hello, esterification. Right. So John P, you have one more work here. What?
Or what was it? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, hydrogenation, hydration, and then this one is bromination. So you must. So Ainesh, are you stuck? Ainesh, are you stuck? Okay, right. Okay, all right. Ainesh?
I don't know this reaction also.
No, that was not given yet. That was not given yet. So don't worry. It's not assigned to you. Now, John B and Ainesh, pay attention to this one. This one, a lot of details to cover. Okay, a lot of details to cover. Right. So you pay attention both of. The reaction is substitution or swapping. That means somebody swap with somebody. Now let's be very clear. Who swap with who? Make it clear. Anybody. Anybody, please. Yeah, Ainesh is writing. Yeah. Anybody who swap with who? Okay. H swap with L. I like it. Very good. Very good. Now, therefore, this one is the one, the CL. See the CL there, right? Okay. So originally it was H, right? So Ainesh, you didn't represent the swapping properly. The result is not H. That's wrong. Fix that. Let me put this very clearly. This is Cl and Cl. Cl swap with H. So the end product is supposed to be what? Anybody answer at this point? Quickly.
H2.
Sorry, you're saying?
It is
John T, no,
oh.
John T. John T is not H2 also because it's only one Cl swapped with one H. Only one with one.
Why is HCl?
Then the answer should be HCl. Finish. Confirm whether you understand or not. Improve your note, yeah. Improve your note. The swap. Pay attention to the swap. One swap with one. Correct? This a swap will happen. Clear or not, Ainesh? So now, what's the result? The result is what you draw. The thing that you draw is correct. So there's a Cl here, fine, and then plus HCl. Clear or not clear? Okay, good. Now, one last thing. Anybody, one requirement missing. This is the main point of the reaction. There is one very specific requirement. I don't see it anywhere here. This requirement.
UV.
Very good, UV. This one, understand or no understand this one except one. Ainesh can? Good. Now, I put 2 question marks just to indicate that I put 3 question marks. So here, there's 4. There's 4 question marks. There's 4 question marks. There's question mark. So this 1, 2, 3, 4 question mark is there because we need to complete that line. So you're not supposed to know that right now. I'm going to complete that for you today. Before that, you're going to repeat this in a new piece of paper with all the details. John T and Ainesh, look carefully to this Jamboard. Ask me anything you don't understand. When you're ready, you take a piece of paper and don't look, just do. Okay, this is memorization, and I want you to get a head start right now. Just look at it first before you do, and then close, and then redo on a piece of paper.
Okay, so do we know what this one is?
No, you don't have to know. You don't have to know. It's out of the syllabus. You don't have to know. That's why I just erase it, right? There is a simple answer, but it's outside the syllabus. So whatever, who cares?
Okay, then I do.
Yes, Ainesh, yes. Yes, but after you memorize everything, after you try to memorize it. In Johnny, I do need you to zoom in a little bit. So a bit more. Good. Nice, thank you. Okay, good. I can follow. Very nice. Nicely done. Next, if you don't understand something, please ask me. Even though it's memorization, still good to ask. But I do expect you to start quite soon, right? Okay, good. Good. Try your best. Okay, let me see your esterification properly, John Tia. See that?
It's wrong. Yeah, I'm a bit confused.
Yeah, write down the alcohol, then write, yeah, flip the carboxylic acid. Yeah, and then don't write it OH, write HO. Write it as HO, don't OH. Yeah. Then
Yes.
circle the correct thing. You are correct. Good. Now the remaining you join, no? So plus H2O, and then the remains you join.
C O C.
Join with nice.
Yeah.
Okay, on the left of C, there's still something. On the right of C, there's something. Just saying, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
but
That's
it's, you don't care.
let your teacher complete the details for you. You get the essence correctly, lah. You did get the essence. Good. So the last reaction I discussed with both of you before you start, you didn't put in at all. The top
Yeah,
left,
so
the point you didn't put the top left and the top right lah, both, right? So try to remember that. Looking good, Ainesh. Yeah. The ester don't have H. So it's not a name of a person, if you remember. It's a bit weird, but that's how you remember. It's not a name, but yeah, it's Esther. Right? Good, good. Your circling is wonderful, Ines. So you have to draw the remaining lah. That's the remaining you join, and then you get the ester. The circle is the one that eliminates. You're getting it correctly so far. You're getting it very correctly. Yeah, don't write ester, Ines. That's useless. Draw this remaining structure. Don't write ester. The reason why you circle the HOH so that you know what remains. And then you can join them properly. Nice, nice, nice. Give me my double O bond. You draw already. Come on, Ines, join properly. Come on. Come on, don't join like this. Come on, come on, man. Come on, man. What is this? Join properly. Until let me see. Plus Br2, please, not Br.
Oh.
So write down plus H2 plus H2O, just to be clear. Good. And then combustion is plus O2.
Yeah,
Become what? Then become what? Just write it down, you know. So clarity's sake, right?
Combustion, I don't know what becomes.
It's just plus O2 becomes CO2 and H2O, right? Oh, you did right. Plus becomes CO2 and H2O. Then the plus UV1 is substitution, so the name must be clear. Right, substitution, the name. Okay, so excellent, John T. So the remaining, the 4 question mark do indicate lah, because we're going to cover them lah. Where are the 4 question marks?
Yeah.
If you forget, it's okay. Just look at the Jamboard. At this point, just look at the Jamboard. That's 1 question mark. Good. Cracking is a 2nd question mark. We didn't put any detail. Okay. Then at this point, I'm very happy with your map. Just look at the gem. Wonderful, Jonty. Now, any questions so far? Okay, now, Jonty, I like it that you're using this in school. That's totally what you're supposed to do. Just, so to speak, cheat sheet this. Okay, this is not a cheat, however. I am up to this point very confused why teacher don't summarize into a reaction map. Why? Because in JC, I know that you don't want to take chemistry in JC. I know Inesh only want to take, for example, SL Chem in year 5, year 6. That one I understand. But in JC, if you go to HL Chem or higher Chem, they provide reaction map every time. They could have just provided this reaction map, this one reaction map, and make everybody's life easier. I don't understand why. So in my eyes, I don't consider it a cheat sheet. I consider it a necessity. And the way you use it is you use it right now. That is totally correct. Because if you use it right now, near exam, you don't have to memorize. You have it in your mind already as a reaction map. Okay, so good job on you, John. Right now, give me 3 minutes. I will make sure Inesh map is ready for the remaining stuff. Right? Your pen out, Inesh. Thank you. Let me check the substitution. Substitution seems great.
I go toilet. I'll be back in 5.
Okay. Inesh, where's your UV? Inesh, UV. Substitution requires UV. Thank you. For your BR2, it's not substitution. Substitution, that's not happening there. That's addition. Nice. So the alkene plus BR2, so addition of bromine, right? So going down, addition of water. You didn't write it down. Should have been very easy. Addition of water. Going to the right, addition of hydrogen. So plus H2O and plus H2. Right? So hydrogenation and hydration respectively. The question mark is there. Yeah, that one you don't know. Stop it. You don't know that. Stop it. That's question mark. Okay, let me see your ester. Your ester is wonderful. Finally. How come your ester have plus O2? What's going on there? Where did that O2 come from? Thank you. Looking good. Yeah. So the center reaction, Inesh, very simple one. The center reaction, everybody can react to the center with one single reaction. What is that? Okay, fine. Look at the Jamboard. The center reaction is the easiest one, so do remember. Add them in, please. Come. Then we can start. Jonty, next time you lose the map or you kind of left it in school or left it at home, vice versa, just redraw the map. Just redraw the map. And that proves that you have it in your mind. That's what we're aiming for. That's beautiful. And nothing can stop you, except polymers. Right. So Inesh, wonderful and good job. Yeah. Any questions so far? Please confirm yes or no. Yes, if you have yes or no question, please confirm. Yeah. Communicate with me, please.
Line 9.
I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
I'm typing on page 9.
You're typing on page 9. What? Which? Oh, okay. The UV, no question, I understand. So the UV is very simple. The UV is a requirement for it. So when you write it down, just write it down first now. That's the most important thing. The UV is required. How to actually write down? You look at your teacher. Different teacher have different preference. Is that okay? Actually, come on. Don't make me repeat don't make me request your reply. Thank you. Okay, now the remaining stuff, right? Cracking, number 1, their details, I'll leave it to your teacher, right? So teacher. Number 2, number 3, number 4. Jonty first, you choose number 2, number 3, or number 4.
Number 3.
Right. So in page 8, yeah, Ainesh, go back to page 8. Good. So just now John D choose number 3 lah. So let's settle on number 3. Number 3 turns out to be quite easy. Quite easy. Number 3, yeah. So it's easy, so it's blue, right? So here's the good news. The syllabus do not provide the complete detail. I know what's the complete detail because again, JC higher, okay, higher level. Here, they are very hesitant in giving you even any detail because it turns out to be a little bit complicated, right? So instead, they just say oxidation or written as this. That's no detail at all. That's not a reaction. Other arrows are you have full reaction ones. You are supposed to be able to write the reaction. For example, the esterification one, you go through a lot of trouble to write the appropriate reaction in this one. But the guy here, oxidation, they are very hesitant to teach you how and why. So they just say oxidation. Good news for us lah. Very easy to remember also. Why? Because look at this guy and look at this guy. Can't you see the only difference is another O? I mean, if I put it very simple, okay, if I put it very simple, it's another O, however, 2 H's disappear. To be fair, 2 H's did disappear. Okay, but I'll just focus you on the, I have additional O. Well, with the cause of 2 H's, and that we just call oxidation. That is the redox we understand. This is clearly an oxidation reaction. And then they stop short of telling you any more details. So this is an incomplete reaction. That's it. Any question, John D and Ainesh? Ainesh, don't write on page 9. Yeah? I cannot see page 9. Okay. Okay, or okay, Ainesh, so no question. John D, any question?
No question, no question.
So put this on your map, look. The most recent map, the freshest one just now. Just say oxidation, this one, no other details.
So you lose 2 H by gain 1 O.
You lose 2 H, gain 1 O. That is the definition of oxidation that you learned like that. That is. And therefore, that's it. No other details. Please notice that this is incomplete and it is mental. Ainesh, second time, would you please put this on paper? On your freshest paper lah, yeah, this one, correct. Okay, so now Ainesh, choose lah. We have number 2, or number 4? Please choose one for us. All right, alcohol. It is red, so there are, slightly more detail or something makes it a bit weird than usual. So just slightly harder. Let's see what it is. Sugar, you do have to memorize. C6H12O6, not very difficult to memorize, but also new lah. This is new. So just that. Okay. And then this is fermentation. If you learn bio, well, here you go. But most of us don't learn bio. So I guess, again, new. Okay. And then this one, by yeast. Also, no complete reaction. No complete reaction. Partly because the reaction is complicated and it is in bio. So they just take it out. Sugar fermented by yeast will become alcohol. Now, here's a practical question, Ainesh and John B. Have you eaten a fruit which tastes weird because it is a bit long already?
Yeah.
You will naturally won't like it and spit it out. Or, did you actually eat it?
Yeah.
If you spit it out, good for you, then you won't get drunk. Most probably there's already fermentation there. If you go to the jungle, you're going to go through NS, right? John T, am I correct? You will go through NS.
Yeah.
Okay, Ainesh, also you will go through NS. So you go to NS, you go to jungle and you forgot your survival guide. You go and eat, because you're very hungry or very thirsty, you go and eat a fruit, a very nice colored fruit, which fell to the ground and it doesn't look rotten. So the fruit still looks quite fresh. Because you're hungry, you just eat it. It tastes a bit weird, but it's not a rotten feeling. No? After a while, you will feel drunk because the weird smell and taste is the fermentation. The fermentation becomes alcohol. Needless to say, if you eat alcohol, you will get drunk. Probably, since you're going to NS, that's one of the first few times you eat alcohol, and the effect is almost immediate. So that's the story. Look, sugar fermented by yeast, it becomes alcohol. Right? Any question, Ainesh and John?
No.
Okay. If no question, put it in your map. Ainesh, any question? Sugar fermented by yeast become alcohol. No complete reaction. So to speak, end of story. The story is incomplete. The full story is in bio. In bio, they kind of explain this in detail. In chem, they don't want to. They still put it here. Tara, can you accept that? Choose one reaction. Choose one reaction for me besides the fermentation. Okay, for example. Now I'm going to write down the complete reaction. The complete reaction looks like this. Okay, plus Br2 becomes C that C that Br. That is a complete reaction. I wrote down this, I wrote down that. Okay. This is not a complete reaction because sugar becomes that. If you write down, it doesn't make a lot of sense. C6H12O6. First of all, you don't even know what's the structure. Big deal in OChem. And then what are you supposed to write? Plus what? You know what? Then reaction is, and then suddenly you have alcohol. If you want to be fair, it doesn't make a lot of sense. This one makes sense. This one does not. So it's an incomplete reaction. They don't actually give you all the detail. They just want you to know this. Can you accept that?
Mm-hmm.
Good, Ines. Then put it in your map. Come quickly. We have the last one. So there are two incomplete reactions. Oxidation from alcohol to carboxylic. Fermentation from sugar to alcohol. Both alcohol related if you like to memorize. You do have to. Incomplete reaction means the syllabus say it's okay. You don't have to understand it fully, just understand it partially. Go ahead. That means all the other reaction must be understood fully by you. It must be fully understood by you. That is the purpose of the map. The map's purpose is not to give you incomplete reaction. Please don't misunderstand me. This is the syllabus doing. The rest of the reaction, if you cannot write down after the map is incomplete for you. You need more. Look at this. All the trouble to make sense. Yeah, because you need to. Look at all these details in substitution. All the trouble plus UV some more. Why? Because we need to make sense and we need to be cracking. No detail here. I ask you, watch the teacher so that you pay attention. Now, number 4. We need to make sense also with number 4. There is a chapter, acid and what? Jonty? Acid and what?
Basic.
Good. So this is an acid. Carboxylic acid is an acid. Where is the acid? There you go. There. This is the acid. This becomes H+. This becomes H+. That's the acid. So acid plus base. Simple stuff, right? Acid plus base. So acid plus the simplest base ever, NaOH, becomes Jonty. Since you can speak, what does it become? Acid plus base becomes what? Becomes Tony. Sorry, what? H2O and salt. Okay, salt. Now you're going to be able to draw the salt. It is so easy to draw the salt if you understand that. Na plus OH minus, right? Okay, this is H2O is the result of OH minus. I'm sorry, OH minus and H plus, right? The OH minus from the base and then the H plus from the acid. So the salt is the one remaining. So you're supposed to be able to draw the salt. Here is the salt. O, and then voila, Na. I better use a different color, isn't it? I better use a different color. Na. Here short N plus, and that is your O minus. This is a complete reaction. You're supposed to understand everything. Now, look at this, please, carefully, and tell me, do you understand? Ganesh, ask question immediately if you don't understand. Please share. Sorry. Yeah, looks good to me, John P. Finish. I don't see any question. Would you please put on your map then?
Well, my nose just randomly started running, so I had to go to the toilet to wash.
Okay. Right. All right. Understand.
What does this mean?
Which one? This is the carboxylic acid. So I'm just showing you which part is the acid. Isn't acid H plus? Every acid should have the H plus ion in O level. There you go. Lah. This H is the one that is going to be the H plus. That's the acid. Okay or not okay? Ash, don't keep us waiting for too long.
I'm quite confused.
I'm going to explain acid one more time. If you don't understand, then accept it first line, because that was your big part. Go to page 9. Give me an example of acid, please. The one that you know. Wonderful. HCl is H plus Cl minus. There, the acid. Give me another example of acid. Good. H2SO4. Where's the acid? This is 2 minus. This is 2H plus. There, the acid. Clear? Acids always have H plus, at least in O level. Clear or not first? Now, CH3COOH, which is what you draw lah. See, there's your H3, COOH. Where is the acid? Where? Ding dong, there's the acid. The H plus. Ding dong. Clear or not clear? Must be clear, must be clear. If not, then accept us. Put it on the map quickly. Ainesh, what are you doing? I explained to you the reaction. Ainesh, please. I explained to you the reaction just now. Ainesh, ask a question immediately. Come on.
Still not clear on the name of all the green stuff here.
The base is NaOH, right? NaOH. The OH will combine with the H from acid to become H2O. Clear? Then the Na plus will, so to speak, combine with the remaining. right? The remaining from the acid look, this one's the remaining, that's your Na plus. That will be your salt look. Will that be okay? Please don't write down as NaO. Please don't. Please don't do that at all. The O is attached to the C. Stop confusing yourself. The O is still attached to the C. This is O negative attached to Na plus. Don't flip it. Okay. Are we okay, Anish? Map is complete. I would like to go to polymer. I am going fast. Now, 2 stars. 2 stars, yeah. 2 stars. The star is here. 1 star is here. And another star is here. There are only 2 stars in your map. Those 2 stars is going to be very important in polymerization, whatever that is. Put your 2 stars and then switch to a new piece of paper. Right. So my promise with the stars are very simple. You already know the reaction for polymerization is those 2 stars, nothing else. Why is that so? You will understand immediately after this. Okay, so let's switch to a new page, which is page 9, page 10. And then, okay, good. Now, polymerization is extremely simple. Yeah? Polymerization. Very fancy word. I just want to make something very long. Why very long? I'll explain after I show you how to make something very long. Now, let me show you something short. Here is something very short. Did I draw this something very short correctly, Jonty?
No.
Why am I wrong?
There's too many bonds.
What do you mean by that?
How can only bond to 4?
C can only have 4 and I draw 5, right? So I'm wrong, right? So I take out this one and take out that. Anish, do you think my new drawing is correct or not? Hey, I will agree with you. So all 3 of us are either right or wrong. Now, let me show you something which is still short. Let me just clarify this. Okay. Now, this is considered short because very long is more than 1,000. That's why this is considered short. I am aiming to make something very long from something relatively short. Gonna summarize this short thing. So this will be C3, right? Ting tong C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, right? And then it's going to be H 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, H 7. And then this is going to be H 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Absolutely right. Yeah, so far so good. Wait, I did something wrong. Oh, I just did something wrong. My goodness, just did something.
Well, okay. H7, C2.
I'm sorry, you're saying?
Okay, H7. Okay.
John, can you repeat your question, please?
No, it's okay.
Right.
It's because you drew the thing only. Yeah, the formula made no sense.
Yes, the formula looks a bit weird, but if you count, everybody will have 4 handler. I did make a mistake. Now, my point remains, this is total C9, no? This is total C9 and then H18, if you will. This is considered short because our aim is something very long. Okay, that's our aim. Okay, so I introduced this very short guy, and now I'm going to do polymerization, which is to say I am going to chain it into very long. Very simple. Huh? Now what do I do? Break one. My first step is to break. My second step is to open and reposition. This is where you pay attention very carefully. Yeah? Open and reposition. Watch. Okay. Because I have to make this very clear. This is the C and this is the C. This is the C and this is the C. Right? And this one is one. Sorry. The first step, very easy to understand. The second step, you have to understand visually. It is a very visual thing. I open what I break and I reposition so that it is dangling and dangling here. This one you must understand. Please ask question right now.
Is the thing on is this thing not polymer?
I'm so sorry.
Is the thing I put arrow, is this one not polymer?
Yeah, what is with that? Sorry.
The one is not a polymer. That one is just a chain.
That one is a simple alkene. I mean, it looks long, so it doesn't look very simple, but it is still a simple alkene. A very long C with one double bond alkene, no? That's all. It's not very complicated if you see it that way. Open and I reposition. Do you understand what do I mean by first break and then open and reposition? Okay. I'm not getting any response yet. I'm not getting a response here yet. So, Ainesh, please confirm whether you understand or not.
Yeah.
Okay. Jonty, you sure you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So the repositioning is done. Now here's the final step left. Now, originally, there are so many of this. So even though they're short, many of the same thing. So, well, many of the same thing. So maybe we say 1,000 of them. Short and many of them. So my third step will involve, chaining everybody together. So I take this one guy. I'm so sorry. Take this one guy, and then I'm gonna copy paste lah, because you know I have I'm sorry. I have the same thing, right? Everybody does this. And then suddenly I put it. And then I suddenly put that. Then I suddenly put that. And then don't forget I put one to the left. And so on and so forth. That's what I did. So let's tie the loose ends. So tie, 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 tie. And you know, until forever. Not forever, until around 1,000. I chain everybody, and then I have a polymer. Ta-da, finish. The chaining everybody is polymerization. That's what we're talking about. Pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
How do we represent this? Please don't draw 1,000 of this. They also don't want you to waste time like that, waste of time. So how you draw is very simple. So this is how you draw. You purposely arrow like that. And then N to represent many.
Okay.
This is your representation of the super long chain. Just write like this. Don't write 1,000, okay? Don't write 1,000. It's not guaranteed to be 1,000. It's just write N many bracket like that. Finish up. Okay. Any questions so far? Ainesh? All right. So I am going to ask you to do your first polymerization. What do I give you? I give you the short guy. I give you the short guy. You're supposed to be able to chain everything. Right? Let's give it a try. So let's go to page 11. Your short guy always have a double bond, right? So let me start with the double bond. See, ding dong. Sorry, wrong one. See, ding ding. Done. Okay. Please, this is short. This is many. Please polymerize. Do it on your paper, please. First step, break. First, break. Second, open and reposition. Third step, change.
So like this bond just disappears.
Not disappear. You open dangling, man. Dangling. They open and they dangle. The dangling is important for joining, for joining hand. They don't disappear, yeah. They open and dangle. The way you draw it, that means you don't understand the open and reposition, the most important step. Finish? Do start. Even though it's confusing, please try.
Yeah, I don't think I understand. So.
Give it a try, and then I will. Right. Okay, I'm just waiting for Ainesh to try first. Ainesh, do try something. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be confusing the first time now, obviously, right? But try something.
I don't understand.
Understand? I'm just waiting for Ainesh, and then I'll explain to both of you immediately. Ainesh, I'm not asking you to do the previous page one. I'm asking you to do page 11. Are you at page 11? Just to confirm, are you sure you're doing the one at page 11?
No idea what.
Observe page 11. Observe page 11. I'm going to start doing it. Yeah. Okay. Until hopefully today we get it. Right. So pay attention to me, please. I break this guy, and then I will shift one to the left, shift one to the right. I will force this guy to rotate downward to make space, right? So I need space on my left. I need space here. I need space on my right. I need space on my left. Finish. Why do I need space on my left and on my right? Why?
Well, why do you need to change it?
I'm sorry.
Why? Why do you need space? What does space mean?
Space. Okay, going back to page 10. Everybody go back to page 10. Okay, page 10, please. Yeah, good. Why do I need space? That's the important question. Look, so long, right? Here, I don't have space. No space, no space. Hey, I need space so that I can join with people on the left and on the right. I need space. So I rotate this space consuming guy downward. I rotate this space consuming guy downward because I can do that. And in a single chain, I can always rotate stuff. I can do that. Okay, I can do that. So I rotate it down. And then I make space. Let me demonstrate that. Let me demonstrate. So let me demonstrate that. See.
Oh, easy like this.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you're close to doing it correctly. Yeah, very close to doing it correctly. So I just rotate. Right. So this is what I did my rotation, right? I did my rotation already. So this C have 4 hands. This C have 4 hands. Just check, and this C have 4 hands. Right. So the problem is 2 of your C Jonty have 3 hands. That's the problem. Right. So either draw the double bond
connected to the one that is outside.
Then if you want to draw dangling, then what you draw dangling is you break, and you must dangle on both sides. You didn't draw both sides also. That's the issue. Right, that's the dangling. Okay, then that's correct. Now Ainesh, don't just watch. Rotate for me, and then break and dangle. Rotate, break and dangle. Don't just watch, please. First rotate lah. First rotate. Okay. First rotate. Rotate first. First rotate first. Ainesh, why do we have CL suddenly? I'm sorry. Why do we have CL suddenly? H, I'm sorry. So Ainesh, let me repeat, yeah. That's not what is happening here. Let me repeat this one second. Now, draw for me exactly what I draw, yeah. Draw for me C, 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 double bond, C, C, C. I only draw the first 2 C. Draw for me immediately. With the double bond, please. Right. Now, I am supposed to draw another C here, right? I'm supposed to do that. Instead, I'm erasing that C. I am erasing this hand, right? And I rotate downward look. See that. Yeah, I did my rotation. Okay, correct. Now there's supposed to be a H here. I do not want a H here. I erase that hand and I rotate downward. There. Rotation done. I have space here and I have space here. Right? Okay. Ready to break and then dangle. That means I also rotate here and rotate there. Break and dangle, please. Ainesh, there is no C here, okay? There is no C here. The original only has this. There is no C here, right? There's only H there. So break and dangle. So clear, make your break clear, Ainesh. Make your break clear. Right, now Jonty and Ainesh, you're ready. Now I copy and paste lah. You draw a few lah, right? Draw a few lah. Draw the exact one on the left. Draw the exact one on the right. There, something like that, right? Copy and paste, please. Copy and paste.
It's like something like this.
Yeah. That's the super long thing we're talking about, John. Yeah. So put one on the left, you know, just to make it clear, right? Make it clear. Nice. Yeah, looks nice. Looks nice, Ainesh and Jonty. You have now, you know, copy and paste and then, you know, join hand lah. Hey, join hand already lah. Okay, now we are officially, you know, a long chain, you know, until, I don't know, 1,000,000, 1,000. Now, formality says that, please don't do this. Formality says Please don't draw too many for me, please. I don't need that. Formality says just bracket cross. Bracket cross the dangling. Look at me crossing the dangling hand, okay? Make the dangling hand very long. Cross it, and then put N, and then we are ready. Formalities, please. This is the long chain representation. Formalities, guys?
Long chain representation. Wait, do you include the red lines?
We have to include the red line and we have to cross the bracket with it. That is the formality.
Oh,
You have to cross the bracket over what? That was intentional. Good. No other line should cross. Good. No other line should cross. And then put an N down there. Formalities done. Yeah, that is a poly. Although I think you forget this line. You forget this one line. Yeah. Forgot this one.
yeah.
And you forgot this one line. So you forgot two lines. There's no double bond here, Ainesh. I mean this two line. What are you talking about? There are no double bonds here. The double bond has broken and, dangle up. Yeah. Clear, yeah, Ainesh? There are no double bonds there, yeah? Clear, yeah? I'm begging you to respond, Ainesh. Okay, thank you. Now, already 10 o'clock. I'm going to draw one more time. This is our one last chance to get it correct today. If cannot, just skip to next week, right? So go to page 12. I am drawing you a C. Here you go. Please polymerize this guy because it is short and we have many. Polymerize this guy. My drawing is correct, so I'm not trying to cheat you. Rotate, make space, break and dangle. Page 12, yeah? Page 12. You really need to see your rotation, okay? Rotation is I guess that's the most important first step. You make space first, right?
Is this correct?
Count your C, please, Jonty.
Oh,
You're winging it.
4C.
If you think you're ready, then formalize it by the bracket and bracket thing. Good, Jonty, correct.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you clear? Yeah. Very visual. This is a very visual thing. Yeah. This is not formula. This is not even normal logic. This is a visual logic. It's a very visual thing to do, and it will always be like that. Okay. If you're comfortable, then good for you. Now, with that in mind, Jonty, good job for today, and I will see you on next week.
Okay.
Okay. Bye. Ainesh, I need to see the rotation, yeah? The rotation is where you make space. So I do need to see your rotation. You need to make space on the left and on the right. So you rotate that one, which is nice. However, do you notice that the double bond is the centerpiece? So I need to break the double bond and I need to dangle it left and right, which means I need space starting here. So I think I need to rotate more, if that makes sense. You gotta rotate more to give, even more space. Okay, all right. Yeah. One more C. I like your space making, Ainesh. I find that to be correct. Now break and dangle left and right, and then formalize by the big bracket. Formalized by the big bracket. The big bracket must be crossed by the two dangling hands and then end. Perfect. Ainesh, this is very visual. It will never be not visual. Until forever, it is visual. You do seem to understand. Are you okay with this? Okay, we'll cover more polymerization. I mean, there's only 2 more. So, and then we can call it, okay, we've done our summary, and then we can jump to the question. Okay. Good job for today. I won't see you tomorrow. I'll see you on Wednesday. Right? Bye.
Bye.